I'm Ken from OK Portugal, and today I'm going to be showing you around an impressive property for sale in Portugal's Serra da Estrela National Park area. It's just outside the historic village of Melo and only a few minutes from the town of Gouveia. In total, it spans 11.4 hectares, which is around 28 acres. And at the heart of this property is a newly renovated detached house spread over 2 floors. It features Capoto wall insulation, double glazed windows and doors, and it offers comfortable accommodation with scope to expand even further downstairs. There's also a separate registered annex offering plenty of flexibility as a workshop, a garage, agricultural building, or even a future conversion. The land itself is a real mix with over 5 hectares of farmland, a large pine forest area, hazelnut trees, olive trees, and a variety of fruit trees, giving you plenty of options whether you're looking to farm, keep animals, or simply enjoy all of this space. Now, one of the biggest selling points here is the abundance of water. The property has 4 wells, a natural spring, a pond with running water throughout the year, and it's also connected to a local gravity-fed irrigation system. You're also only a few minutes from Gouveia, where you'll find supermarkets, restaurants, cafes, and all your everyday amenities. For international travel, Porto and its airport are approximately 2 hours away, while Lisbon and its international airport are roughly 3 hours away. I just want to say a thank you and shout out to Hermine from Mountain Home Immobiliare for commissioning me to make this video. If you want to find out the asking price of this property, have a look in the video description. I'm going to put Hermine's contact details. I'm also going to put a link to the property listing. From the front, it's an attractive house. It looks like it's only on 1 floor, right? But if we go over here, we can see that there's actually stairs, old granite stone stairs that take you downstairs. And we can see the old original granite stone walls, and then we can see how they've got this new insulation system on it now. This is called Capoto. And what it is, it's a type of insulation boards where you've got the stones, then you've got insulation, and then you've got these boards on it, these like plaster boards. And that gives the property really good insulation, keeping it cool in the summer and warm in the winter. From here we can see we've got some lovely slate tiles, and this makes up the front porch. And then the cover for the front porch is held up by these big granite slabs. So it's quite attractive. Then we've got high quality double glazing, all the windows and doors. And just a lovely little space out here to sit in the shade and survey the land. And then going through here and inside, we can see we are greeted by a really nice big living room. Look at that. I really love the ceilings. Look how we've got, it looks like pine, and it's been stained quite dark. And we've got these big beams going across. And then if we look at the floor, we've got this old terracotta clay type floor. And look at this, it's in beautiful patterns. So this is an old original floor, which looks really nice in here. Sometimes Portuguese properties or old ones will have really crazy tiles, but these are beautiful tiles. And then I like how they've done this sort of slate fireplace, and they've also carried on with the big chunky pine going through it to match up with the ceiling. If we look in this direction, we've got like a seating area. This is where they put all of the chairs and everything, so you can sit and entertain guests, watch a little bit of television. And from here we can look out some of the windows and look back to where we just walked in from. On this side is a 8-seater dining table. So there's quite a bit of space in here. And from here, it basically splits off into a kitchen, a bedroom. I think we're going to start on our left first. We're going to go through here. So this is what I'd call the master bedroom on this side. And we've pretty much got space for the bed, for the wardrobe. We've got a window on that side. We've got these big doors over here that are kind of like little balcony doors. Now at the moment there isn't a railing and there isn't an actual balcony, but I imagine what you'd probably do is you'd just get a little railing to go across. And then at night time you could have these doors open, you could have a lovely breeze blowing over the bed. And looking back we can see space for a nice big bed. We also have the ceiling again also repeated from the living room. I really like that. All these little touches of wood going on the windowsills. And this gives us a look. This is actually a look at that annex that I was talking about. That's down in that direction. And actually now that we're here, look, there's fly nets on all of the windows. And from here, we walk out and into the bathroom. See if I can turn the lights on. There we go. In the bathroom, we've got a nice vanity unit over here and the toilet on that side. Let's just walk through and have a look at the views. Now, these trees in front of us are cherry trees, so they're going to have beautiful blossoms in the springtime. But what I would do is I'd probably just top them off a little bit so that you can actually see all of these amazing views. And if we turn around, we've got a nice walk-in shower with a level shower tray, so you can just walk straight into it. And lovely wooden doors and iron hardware on the doors. And above us we also have a little heater, so you can hop out of the shower in winter time and you can be nice and warm. And I like this as well. Look how they've got pine going around all of the door frames. So very, very nice. Here's just a look back at that living room space as we walk through. And if we go on this side over here, directly in front of us, there's like this little area here. We've got lots of storage in front for your vacuum cleaners and whatever you need. And on this side is the second bedroom. Now downstairs there's the options to make another 2 bedrooms, so this wouldn't just be it. But look at that, I mean, we've got some huge furniture in here, and there's still space. This gives us a view out to the front of the house from where we started the video, and then there's other windows on this side, which is really nice. You can open the windows up a crack and you can have a little bit of air circulation at night time. And there's also those fly nets on the windows, you know, in case there's any bugs. And from here, this gives us views over this big sort of balcony section here, which we're going to look at in a bit. So very nice, huh? Lovely house. And if we go through here, this takes us to the kitchen, and everything upstairs has been newly renovated. Look at this, we've got a wood burning stove, so this is a lovely wood burner. In the winter time, this is going to keep the house nice and warm, and obviously the Capoto insulation and the double glazing is going to keep all of that heat in. But just look at this thing, you can basically cook on it, you can boil water on it, you can actually use it as an oven, and you can bake things inside. Very nice, huh? And let me just step back so you can have a look at the kitchen. It's like a farm style country kitchen. I like the white cabinets, and I also like how they've got, again, this sort of wood. I think this could be a pine or something. And we also have this here, a nice ceramic sink. And over here we have a gas hob. I think this is an electric oven. I'm not sure exactly, but I would imagine this is electric oven and gas hob. And if we look on this side, we've got a sort of regular size refrigerator, but we do have space here, so you could get a big American style refrigerator, double door if you wanted. And we have a little chair and table breakfast set just over there. So all very nice, huh? Now we're going to go downstairs. This is a door that you can close off from the downstairs. I've got this open now just for the tour. If we look here, we've got some very basic cement steps. Now obviously this could be part of the renovation, where you can renovate this and make it obviously match the rest of the house. If we go down here, we have, let me just get down to the bottom, we have this room over here, and this is what the steps look like leading back up to the house. Very nice ceiling height. If you look, these are very tall doors, and then we still have lots of ceiling height. And this over here could be another bedroom. So you've got a lovely space here that could be turned into another bedroom. This has, I haven't actually looked at these yet, let me just have a look. Yes, they've got that very good double glazing matching the upstairs doors and windows, and leading out into its own little garden type section. So this could be quite a nice little bedroom. And going through from here, we have this huge space. Look at this. So this could be, I mean, this could be a huge lounge downstairs or something, you know, a huge living room or something. Or perhaps this could be turned into its, you know, completely its own little unit. So you could have a kitchen in here and a living room in here and 2 bedrooms down here. So maybe this could be a completely separate annex, depending on how you renovate it. And then we've got this space over here, which I believe is going to be, well, on the plans, they want to turn this into a little bathroom area and then have a little corridor that goes through to this, which would be another bedroom. Now, it's currently a garage with some garage doors, but it's all part of the urban land and can be turned into a bedroom. This has a window on the side just over there. So it's pretty cool here. There's a lot of options. Beautiful 2 bedrooms upstairs, and the option of turning the downstairs into a further 2 bedrooms, or even its own completely separate annex. And as I go upstairs, there's one more thing to show you here on the upstairs of the house. We've got this really nice, wow, it's bright out here, this really nice sort of balcony porch patio area. Look at this huge pine tree. Yeah, so this looks back in the direction from where we started the video, and we got this expansive balcony. Look at that. Sure. And from up here, you're going to get a real sense of just how big this 11.4 hectares is. In front of us are some of the fields. So the property basically has all of this, as you can see, going around. And this is a view looking back at the house itself and the Capoto insulation on the outside of the house. And we can see the annex structure over there, which we'll go to in a bit. So if you're interested in the price, if you're interested in more information, if you want to book a visit, have a look in the video description below. I'm going to put the seller's contact details. Contact them directly with any questions, and who knows, this could be your house. So if we have a look at the map, we've walked from the house and now we're standing outside the annex at this point. To the left of the annex is a garage where they can basically park a tractor, and it's just behind these sheets over here. And then to the right hand side we can see this beautiful old stone building, and this stone building, it's all ready to be pointed up. We can see we've got some nice big granite stone slabs here, and then some smaller rocks and everything going through. Now these again have these really nice high quality double glazed windows and doors. This is a really big one, and the original idea was that they were going to basically have some flats here. So this was going to be a little flat with a mezzanine, and if we look here you can see the floors all concreted. We've got electricity in here, but very basic. We've got a very tall ceiling, so they were going to do a mezzanine, probably a mezzanine bedroom, and then this down here was going to be like a little kitchen living area. And then they were going to brick this up all the way up to the top so that they could do the same on the other side, which is a little bit bigger. So this one over here, a little bit smaller. This one over here, a lot larger. It even has a window on the front here. The door's a little bit smaller. It's actually got a very nice granite surround around this door. And then if we open this up, we can see this one is definitely a lot larger than the previous one. A lot more space left and right. Again, imagine putting a nice mezzanine up here and having this as like a little living room diner. I see here it looks like they've already got the water pipes in for the hot water for the shower and for the basin and the toilet and stuff. And then we have a big window up on this side and quite a bit more floor space. So yeah, this could make another 2 little studio flats. Now, due to the sheer size of this property and the fact that I don't have that much time here today, I am going to be showing you on a map where all the key features are, and then we're just going to appear at those points. We aren't going to walk the entire thing flat. So have a look at the map. I'm going to show you the point where we are right now. This is attached to some kind of a spring that goes into the mountain, and it's got a tap on it. So just look at all this water. This is crazy. You can basically attach irrigation pipes or whatever you want to here, and you've got all of this fresh water that you can gravity feed all around the property. I'm just going to give you a look going back here. This is kind of like the entrance track. This is that little annex space over there, and if we turn around, this basically takes us around to where the house is. So as I take you around the property, this is the front of the house over here, and just to the left of it there's actually a little bit of an access way where you can get downstairs to the downstairs of the property. You can see we've got this granite stone wall, and we've got a lot of this over here. Is this called oleander? And I think this is hazelnut, this big tree here. And then this is the downstairs. So remember that one bedroom downstairs had this door in it. So this could be, imagine you have big sliding doors, and that downstairs bedroom has access to this lovely little space down here. I'm just going to give you a look at the house from down here. So really nice. And then we have these steps that can take you back up again and onto the front porch. We're in the middle of Portuguese summer, and it's absolutely swelteringly hot today. It's an absolutely stunning day. Now I'm going to fast forward us now to the next key feature of this property, and this is the big balcony porch area outside. And downstairs, look, we got these beautiful granite stone walls, and then we have this big storage area underneath here, and this is an area I believe where they just store wood for the winter time. And as I'm walking around the property to get to the next feature, look, we've got loads of fruit trees. This is a quince tree over here, and over here we have loads of figs, and these fruit trees are dotted all over this property, so you will not run out of fruit in 11.4 hectares. We can see we've got loads of little terraces. This over here has got a bunch of citrus trees. I'm imagining that there's going to be some oranges here and some lemons and things like that. And if we go a little bit further, it opens up into this beautiful pond area. And this, all of this green here, this is like duckweed. This is a big beautiful pond area, and I can hear running water. So if you look from this side here, we can see the pond. It's quite a big space. We've got some lovely lilies on the side here. Loads of trees that are hanging over and providing shade. There's a lot of duckweed here, and I imagine underneath this duckweed it's probably going to be all nice and clear. The duckweed is actually going to stop the sun from creating algae in the water, so it's quite nice to have that duckweed. And over there we've got running water. There's like a little waterfall. So I've been told that this water, this is like that spring that I showed you earlier. This runs permanently throughout the summer, throughout the winter, and it just runs like this into this beautiful pond area here. And so you can imagine you don't really need filtration on a big pond like this, because you've got permanent water just pouring in. And then if we walk a little bit further from the pond, you can see we're just surrounded by beautiful oak trees. There's lots of shade down here, so on a lovely hot day like this in Portugal, you know, you've got plenty of shade. And then if I look over here, we can start to see, I don't know, I'm just going to have to move this side, but we can start to see we've got big flat fields here. And I've been told that these fields, they used to grow hay on here, so they used to do kind of what I do on my farm, where they grow hay, get it all baled up, and then that goes to feeding horses and sheep and things like that. And in total, on this sort of farm field areas, you've got 5 hectares. So I've walked a little bit further, and look at the size of this. This is called a mimosa tree. I actually have a dog that I named after this tree, Mimosa or Mimo. And just to the side of it, this is a whole hazelnut plantation. We've got 2.5 hectares of hazelnuts that stretches out in that direction. So really, really nice to have. It's good for wood. It's also very good for the for the nuts. And imagine we've got this whole area here, and then we also have this big open field section here. So as I walk through here exploring, I'm just finding so much water all over the place. Look at this, the middle of summer, and we've got these beautiful rivers running right through the property, or streams, let's say. And just look up here, we've got this lovely little waterfall just trickling down here. I love the sound of this, and on a day like today when it's so hot, this is very, very welcome. So looking on the map, we can see where we are right now. We're kind of on the border of the land, next to the neighboring land, and this is one of the 4 wells. This well they don't actually use, but you can see it's made in concrete rings. This ring seems to have slipped a little bit, but look at that, it's absolutely full of water. There's a couple of little frogs down there. So we've kind of gone on a nice little track. We're sort of back to where the house is, just over here. And I want to point out this is pine forest. This is where you get 2.5 hectares of pine forest, and this runs all the way through here. Now obviously this is something where you could get stacks of firewood. There's going to be lots of fallen trees and things like that that can be cut and turned into firewood and coppiced. Now that brings us to the end of this video tour. This was a slightly different one from our regular format, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below. And if you are interested in any more information about this property, if you want to know the current asking price, if you want to know the seller's contact details and all of that to get hold of them, have a look in the video description. I'm going to put all the information there, and we'll see you again soon in the next one. All the very best. Ciao.